News in the next half an hour will get you all the latest news and updates. My name is Abhishek Mahajan. First up, the top story. President of India Draupadi Murmu addressed the 8th convocation of Indian Maritime University at Chennai, Tamil Nadu today. Speaking on the occasion, she added that India has 14,500 kilometers of potentially navigable waterways, apart from a strategic location on important maritime trade routes.
Before we can fully exploit the potential of this sector, we will have to.
President Draupadi Murmu also said that more resilient and greener practices in the ocean are essential for a healthy ecosystem.
And operating ships, but also are steering and driving the global economy. Following the success.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates and takes a walkthrough of exhibition at 7th edition of India Mobile Congress in New Delhi. PM awarded 100 5G use case labs to educational institutions across the country. PM said that young generation is leading the tech revolution. He added that India is not only expanding the 5G network in the country but also laying emphasis on becoming a leader in 6G. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits Sri Satguru Seva Sangh Trust in Chitrakoot, Madhya Pradesh. PM offered prayers at Raghuveer Mandir. Prime Minister also attended a public program marking the centenary birth year celebrations of legendary entrepreneur Arvind Bhai Mafatlal. PM released commemorative stamp in his honour. Prime Minister Modi underlined his contribution to industry and agriculture and said that he played a key role in reviving the glory of the traditional textiles industry. Prime Minister said that nation is undertaking holistic initiatives for the betterment of tribal communities. India's Foreign Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar held a conversation with Omani Foreign Minister Badr Al Busaidi today, discussing their bilateral relations and exchanged views on the crisis in West Asia. Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended greetings to all Indian Army personnel on the occasion of the 77th Infantry Day. Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan laid a wreath at the National War Memorial in the national capital, Delhi. Union Home Minister Amit Shah reviewed the passing out parade of the 75th batch of the Indian Police Service probationers at Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy in Hyderabad. In Delhi, Excise Case Court has extended judicial custody of Aam Aadmi Party leader Sanjay Singh till November 10th. Pakistan Rangers initiated unprovoked firing at the Indian post along the international border in Jammu and Kashmir in violation of the ceasefire. This was countered by the Indian troops befittingly. 5 terrorists were killed during a counter-infiltration operation by the police and army along the line of control in India's Jammu and Kashmir. Delhi's air quality was categorized as poor for the 5th consecutive day as of Friday, and it is anticipated to further decline in the upcoming days due to adverse meteorological conditions. Delhi government have banned firecrackers in the national capital and also urged the public to cooperate with the government to achieve the goal of a clean environment. Despite moderate air quality, smog engulfed India's Mumbai. The System of Air Quality and Weather Forecasting and Research Monitoring Agency recorded air quality as moderate with PM10 levels at 144. Indian Mango expands its reach by exporting mangoes of USD 47.98 million to US. Export has reached 19% higher than the previous year's value. Indian share markets ended in green today as Sensex gained 630 points to settle at 63,783. Nifty was up by 190 points to close at 19,047. Indian rupee ends little change against the US dollar. The local currency weakened 2 paise to close at rupees 83.25 against the US dollar on Friday. Gold future maturing on December 5th, 2023 stood at rupees 60,779 per 10 grams on Multi-Commodity Exchange of India Limited. Silver futures maturing on December 5th are traded at rupees 71,346 per kg on the MCX. Oil prices rose by more than $2 a barrel on Friday. Brent crude futures for December rose 2.3% to $89.96 a barrel. The dollar rose on Friday and is set for a third monthly gain after solid US growth figures argued for interest rates to remain high for longer. Global shares rose on Friday after data showed the US economy was growing robustly and traders awaited a US core inflation report later in the session that may show price pressures are continuing to abate. Asia Pacific markets saw a broad sell-off. South Korea's Kospi index slipped 2.71% to close 2,299, its lowest level since January 6th. Japan's Nikkei fell 2.14% to end at 30,601, and the Topix index dropped 1.34% to finish at 2,224. European stocks were low Friday afternoon, with earnings and the state of the global economy keeping sentiment on edge. Chinese stocks advanced for a fourth session on Friday after data showed profits at industrial firms extended gains in September, while policy measures helped the sentiment. Russian ruble leapt to a more than 6-week high against the dollar on Friday after the central bank hiked interest rates by more than expected to 15%. Meta Platforms reported that its advertisement revenue from click-to-message ads in India across social media platform sites, Facebook, Insta and WhatsApp has doubled during the September quarter. Now Tata will become first India iPhone maker for domestic global market after Wistron Corp agreed to sell a plant in the southern part of the country to the conglomerate. India's average gross total income for individual taxpayers has increased from Rs 4.5 lakh to about Rs 7 lakh, representing a 56% increase in the last 8 years. As the conflict between Israel and Hamas enters its 21st day, the Israeli military has confirmed that 229 people are being held hostage in the Gaza Strip. The United States has criticized Hamas delegation's visit to Russia, saying this is not the time to show solidarity with Hamas. Israel sent tanks, troops and armored bulldozers into the Gaza Strip in a targeted raid overnight that destroyed multiple sites before withdrawing from the Hamas-run territory. The United Nations General Assembly resumed its 10th emergency special session to discuss the ongoing conflict. The resumed emergency special session is scheduled to run into Friday. World Health Organization had received estimates that over 1,000 unidentified bodies are still buried under the rubble in Gaza, which are not yet included in death tolls. US has issued a second round of sanctions on the terrorist Hamas following its attack this month on Israeli communities. 2 US fighter jets struck weapons and ammunition facilities in Syria in retaliation for attacks on US forces by Iran. White House has said that they have zero evidence that the family of a journalist in Gaza were targeted and killed by Israel in response to the network's coverage in the region. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan said that nobody should expect Turkey to remain silent in the face of the violence in Gaza. He also said that Turkey would intensify its efforts with Egypt to get humanitarian aid into Gaza. European Union leaders agreed to call for the establishment of humanitarian corridors and pauses to get urgently needed aid into Gaza. Israel conducted a military drill close to its border with Lebanon. More than 40 Hezbollah fighters have been killed in the borderlands so far. Multiple fires were seen at the border between Israel and Lebanon after gunfire was started. UN says that they are with Lebanese authorities to extinguish wildfires. UN Welfare Agency appealed for more fuel for aid work in Gaza amid conflict that has displaced hundreds of thousands of people. 8 aid trucks are expected to enter Gaza Strip via Rafah crossing with Egypt, carrying water, food and medicine. China's former Premier Li Keqiang died of a heart attack on Friday, 68, just 10 months after retiring from office. Japan expressed condolences over death of the former Chinese Premier. Chief Cabinet Secretary Hirokazu Matsuno highlighted his important role in relations between Japan and China. The US authorities expanded manhunt as prime suspect in Maine mass shooting, which left 18 dead, is still on the run. Armored trucks and K-9 units also joined the manhunt. Residents of Maini kept to their homes for a second night as police warned them to stay vigilant with shooting suspect on the loose. Democratic Congressman Dean Phillips has launched a campaign to challenge sitting President Joe Biden as he filed his nomination as presidential primary. 5 people were found fatally shot at a North Carolina home. Local officials reported to the scene after calls of homicide. China's top diplomat Wang Yi began his visit to Washington with a meeting with Secretary of the State Antony Blinken. The United States and China need in-depth and comprehensive dialogue to reduce misunderstandings and stabilize bilateral relations, Wang Yi said in a brief statement to the press. Former lawmaker Maria Corina Machado was formally declared the victor of the Venezuelan opposition's presidential primary. Malaysia's royal family elected outspoken Sultan Ibrahim Sultan Iskandar from the southern state of Johor to be the next country's king. European Union leaders met to discuss ongoing support for Ukraine with broad support for a €50 billion plan over 5 years. Hungary and Slovakia expressed reservation to EU's 5-year plan for Ukraine, citing better justification as well as corruption in Ukraine. Neither rejected the proposal outright. Prime Ministers of Armenia and Azerbaijan, Nikol Pashinyan and Ali Asadov, held a meeting for the first time since latest Karabakh conflict. The details of the talk are not yet disclosed. The meeting between the leaders of the two conflicting regions was through the mediation of Georgian Prime Minister Irakli Garibashvili. At least 27 were killed by the disastrous Hurricane Otis, damage seen in billions as the super hurricane battered Mexico. Hurricane Otis left a trail of destruction in Mexico's Acapulco, causing residents to flock to gas stations, with some areas also seeing looting in supermarkets. Catalan Regional Police staged an emergency practice drill at Barcelona's Sants train station to test police response in the event of an attack. More than 500 people, police officers, emergency services and volunteers were involved. Over 500 marine mammals died of bird flu in October in Brazil after an outbreak in southern city of Rio Grande. The National Ballet of Cuba is celebrating its 75th anniversary. The almost a month-long gala started on October 6th and will culminate on 28th October at the National Theatre of Cuba. Halloween descended on Copenhagen's Tivoli Gardens as visitors enjoy spooky decorations, including more than 20,000 jack-o'-lanterns around the park. The fifth round of an e-auction, which features around 912 mementos received by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, is underway at the National Gallery of Modern Art in Delhi. This round includes the painting of Banaras Ghat, Crave Sandalwood Veena, Kashi Kalash, paintings of PM Modi and his mother, and other mementos. A female street dog named Jaya from the Indian city of Varanasi is set to leave India with a proper visa and passport with a new owner from the Netherlands. A new cafe in Thailand is welcoming customers with an assortment of spooky themed treats, including brain cakes and eyeball milkshake, in the spirit of Halloween celebrated on October 31st. Thousands of Halloween pumpkins have been elaborately carved as famous fictional characters and Hollywood stars to illuminate the Santa Monica Mountains in Los Angeles in the US. Denmark's Legoland theme park is displaying 12,000 Halloween figures made out of Lego blocks, including pumpkins and spiders. The record-breaking Lego pumpkin, which took 3 weeks and 100,000 bricks to create, is 2.5 meters wide, 1.5 meters tall, and 2.1 meters deep. A new exhibition at the British Library in London called Fantasy Realms of Imagination is exploring the evolution of the fantasy genre with more than 100 items from around the world, including manuscripts, film props and costumes. A new museum marking the 100th anniversary of opera diva Maria Callas has opened in Greece. Maria Museum displays personal items that belong to the 20th century opera singer. The Museo Tamayo Museum in Mexico has put together an exhibition of modern art pieces that have been designed to be experienced by both dogs and their owners. Alright, we'll slip into a very short break. On the other side, more stories. Keep watching Express News.
These ISRO women luminaries are going to share their experiences, their stories.
How to become a scientist, how to do what to do for the future. They're thinking about all those things.
Sky is not the limit, that is what we have proven now. Now we have to go beyond the sky.
Develop our curiosity. Try to learn the science from the nature.
With the Gaganyaan mission and the upcoming future missions to Mars landing and other things, your people's interaction is really required.
These ISRO women luminaries are going to share their experiences, their stories.
How to become a scientist, how to do what to do for the future. They're thinking about all those things.
Sky is not the limit, that is what we have proven now. Now we have to go beyond the sky.
Develop our curiosity. Try to learn the science from the nature.
With the Gaganyaan mission and the upcoming future missions to Mars landing and other things, your people's interaction is really required.
Welcome back. You are watching Express News. Some more stories now. Indian actor Richa Chadha will be honoured with the Knight of the Order of the Arts and Letters by the French government during the Geomami Mumbai Film Festival on October 28th. Trailer of Hindi film Three of Us, starring Indian actor Shefali Shah, has been released. The film will hit theatres on November 3rd this year. Makers of Hindi survival thriller Apurva starring Tara Sutaria have released the trailer of the film. The film will release on OTT platform Disney Plus Hotstar on November 15 this year. Indian singer Diljit Dosanjh has released a new song titled Huss Huss in collaboration with Australian pop star Sia, who belted out perfect notes with Punjabi lyrics. Indian singer and actor Hardy Sandhu is set to embark on his first ever All India tour called In My Feelings, starting on November 18th in the national capital, Delhi. Rock bands Deep Purple and Goo Goo Dolls are set to headline the inaugural edition of Bandland, New Indian Film Festival in India's Bengaluru in December this year. American pop star Taylor Swift's re-recorded album 1989 has been released with 5 new unreleased tracks from the vault. American superstar Beyoncé has officially announced that her concert film Renaissance, a film by Beyoncé, will release in cinemas worldwide on December 1st. The first trailer for the 6th season of OTT Netflix's royal drama The Crown has been released. The first part of the season will stream on November 16th. English rock band The Beatles are set to release a new song on November 2nd called Now and Then, featuring the voice of late member John Lennon, which has been developed using artificial intelligence. Sports now. Defending champion India started its title defence in Sultan of Johor Cup with a 3-3 draw against Pakistan at the Tamandaya Hockey Stadium in Malaysia. The Indian hockey team will compete against the Republic of China, the Republic of Korea, Japan, Malaysia and Thailand for the Women's Asian Champions Trophy title in Ranchi, Jharkhand, starting this Friday. Embassy of India in Kathmandu warmly welcomed the Nepal national cricket team led by Captain Rohit Paudel and executive members of the Cricket Association of Nepal at the embassy. Indian athletes continue to excel at the ongoing 4th Asian Para Games. In the ongoing 37th edition of National Games in India, Netik Jangid bagged the gold medal in men's 81 kg weight category. Harjinder Kaur of Punjab won the gold medal in the women's 71 kg weight category. And basketball, Rajasthan beat Madhya Pradesh by 21-18 in the thrilling match. Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou faced off in Riyadh ahead of their heavyweight boxing bout. WBC World Heavyweight Champion Fury will take on MMA Heavyweight Champion Ngannou on Saturday in the Saudi Arabian capital. Football now, Tottenham Hotspur are top of the Premier League standings and unbeaten in their opening 9 games. But there's still a long way to go, says manager Ange Postecoglou. New Zealand are reaping the rewards of a major drive to turn around a series of disappointing results and can complete the task if they win the Rugby World Cup on Saturday. Alright, that's all we have in this edition of Express News. Stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.